The peace that I talk about is that peace that is the answer to all your questions. The answer, indeed, to all your prayers. That the deepest wish and want that you have ever had in your life, it addresses that. It addresses the fundamentals of who you are. So peace to people has become absence of war. Absence of war is not peace, that's called ceasefire, because it only happens temporarily. Then everybody goes back to fighting. The true peace is the peace that resides in your heart, and by its very nature is incomprehensible by mind. Not by definition, by its very nature. Because if that power, that energy is inside of you, and there's a good way you can tell. There is a marker which you can use. If that energy is inside of you, you will find yourself alive. And when that energy is no longer inside of you, you will find yourself dead. But then it'll be very hard to identify anything. And if that energy is what makes holy holy, and if that energy is inside of you, then you, by every standard, are the Holy One. I tell people, why are you searching? People come to me, I'm searching. Why are you searching? You will never find it by searching. You won't. Because the assumption in searching is that you lost it. But if you never lost it, how are you going to find it? You tell me. Where would you look? And you never lost it. The peace that I talk about, that is the answer to every prayer that you have ever had, is inside of you. That you indeed are an ocean of answers. Why are you searching? You will never find it by searching. The peace that I talk about, that is the answer to every prayer that you have ever had, is inside of you. Upanishads that were written long time ago. This is before you can even say Hinduism was formed. Just people writing their experiences, literally, Upanishads. So you can have knowledge of anything you want, but you must fundamentally have the knowledge of the self. Socrates says the same thing. Know thyself. The self. To understand that inside of me is a clarity, is an understanding waiting to be discovered. That inside of me are answers to questions I will never fathom, just waiting to be discovered. That inside of me is a peace waiting to be discovered. That I am, as a human being on the face of this earth, not something helpless, but the power and the help that has been provided to me is almost beyond comprehension. but I do not recognize it. To have come on the face of this earth and just to focus on a very narrow spectrum. Just that much. And what is the narrow spectrum? The mantra. Get a job. Get a job. Get a job. Get a job. And once you get, the mantra will get a job will get you a job. Then when you get a job, get a promotion. Get a promotion. Get a promotion. Get a promotion. Make more money. Make more money. Make more money. Now, before you know it, in fact, retire. 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 And people retire and it's all like, what do I do with myself? What do I do with myself? Because the whole focus was there. I'm not saying to discard that focus. All I'm saying is, what about the rest of the spectrum? What about all those other things in life? That enjoyment, the true enjoyment. What about that feeling in this life that I am alive? To have the gratitude in this life, to be thankful. And you know, if you want to be thankful in your life, no gratitude can take place unless you have gratification. How can you have gratitude without gratification? And what is one of the meanings of gratification? Fulfillment. To be fulfilled. What about that feeling in this life that I am alive? That truly that the heaven that you seek exists here with you. In everything you do. In your greatest darkness, you have more light in you than you can possibly realize. When you feel hated, you have more love in you than you can possibly recognize. When you feel stupid, you have more wisdom in you than you would ever know what to do with. When you are in doubt, you have more clarity in you than you could ever fathom. See, that's my message. That's my message. Peace is there. That's why you desire it. It would be cruel to desire peace and not have peace. It would be cruel to desire clarity and not have clarity. It would be cruel to desire true happiness and not have happiness. But all of those things that you really want in your lives, thirst for in your life, those simple basic elements, that's what makes us a human being.
Time after time, I'll find you waiting there. I can search and I'll find that.
As a human being, what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses? Knowing, being certain, not being ambiguous, because being ambiguous is your weakness. Being in doubt is your weakness. Being in confusion is your weakness. But knowing is your strength. Being clear is your strength. Being certain is your strength. Understanding is your strength. Learning is your strength. And when you exhibit weakness, not to somebody else, but to yourself, where you find yourself dwarfed, not because you're a dwarf, but by simply the enormity of the situation in front of you. Why is that? How did that happen? Are you here on this planet Earth to struggle? Is that it? Are you here to believe that something better will happen? Just believe? Or no? And that when you believe in today, nothing will happen, but when you know about today, everything will happen. When you believe in your breath, nothing will happen. When you recognize your breath, everything will happen. When you believe in God, nothing will happen. When you know God, everything will happen. When you believe in peace, nothing will happen. When you know peace, everything will happen. That's certainty. That's what certainty is. That's what certainty is. Being clear is your strength. Being certain is your strength. Understanding is your strength. You came, you were unable to see. That being in heaven, all you wished for was heaven. Tragedy? Absolutely. Being in heaven, you thought you were in hell. Tragedy. Tragedy. This is heaven. Like Kabir said, there are drops in the ocean, everyone knows. But there is an ocean in the drop. Only a few understand. You are the drop in which there is an ocean. There is an ocean of peace. There is an ocean of tranquility. There is an ocean of understanding. There is an ocean of clarity. And of course, the choice is yours. Always will be. That's how it is here. If you want to be confused, you can be as confused as you want to be. There's no limit to it. Yeah? What is this life? What is this life? For some people. You know what Einstein said? You know what the definition, according to Einstein, of insanity is? To keep doing the same things and expect a different result. This is Einstein. Yes, the same Einstein, not another Einstein, same Einstein. E equals mc square Einstein. It says to keep doing the same thing and expect a different result is insanity, lunacy. So is the world safe? We keep doing exactly the same thing, and we expect a different result. We gladly go fight wars and expect a different result. Disregard all that we are, expect a different result. expect a different result. How? If you want a different result, do something different. You have believed everything that's on the outside, now get to know what is within inside of you. That's different. Truly different. You have believed everything that's on the outside, now get to know what is within inside of you. What is your true want? What is your true need? The thirst for it comes from inside, not from here, from here. Feel that thirst in your life. There's nothing wrong with feeling that thirst. That's a good thirst, because thirst is what will lead you to water. And then once you have that water, you can quench your thirst. So, that's what I came here to Ohio to tell you about. The possibility. Now, you want it, fine. You don't want it, fine. But at least you now know that the possibility exists. It's all up to you. It's your life. Your life. Your time. Your time. There will be no one that will come again on the face of this earth like you. No. No one. You are unique. You have come and you will go. Unquestionably. There'll be many. Many that will come after you, as have come before you, but none will be like you. Were you in peace? And did you have a good life? Did you enjoy your existence on this earth? No one will know except you. Is the candle lit? Or is the candle extinguished? You know, when the candle is lit, it faces one thing. It'll be destroyed. So the candle sometimes feels it's safer not to be lit, because then that way it will be a candle. There's only one problem with that, is it'll be a candle, but it'll be a useless candle. Totally useless candle. What do you want to be? Who do you want to be? Do you want to be fulfilled? Then that possibility exists too.
All we need is here. Help me to remember what I found.
Really, the reason why I'm here is to present to you a possibility. Because we have this incredible thing that is happening. The most special event is taking place. I know that when birthday time comes, people prepare to celebrate somebody's birthday. That person's friends might come together, buy him a gift. Somebody orders the cake, somebody does the decorations, because it's something special. Maybe it's a shower. Maybe it's a wedding. And we consider these things very special. I know that the brides go completely out of their way to make sure everything is perfect. But when it comes to our existence, the fact that you are here, the fact that you're alive, how do you celebrate that? How do you celebrate that? How do you celebrate every day that you exist? How do you celebrate every moment that this breath comes into you? How do you? Well, I know how you do. You don't. You don't. Celebrate every day that I'm alive? Nah. That'd be too much. How do I celebrate that? So I'm alive. I've got my responsibilities, I've got my problems, I've got my this, I've got my that. Some people don't think that they're very fortunate to be alive. Some people think that, why am I always bombarded with these incredible, ridiculous responsibilities? Some people think, maybe somebody else's life is great, but not mine. So, in this circumstance, where these are the preconceived notions, I am supposed to come out here and tell you, you are really lucky to be alive. In fact, you're lucky to be alive every single day that you are alive. And I've been saying that to people since I was very, very young. How do you celebrate every day that you exist? How do you celebrate every moment that this breath comes into you? If you are on a boat, in a survival situation, in the middle of a hostile ocean, you don't want to be on that boat with enemies. You want to be on that boat with friends. And even if they're your enemies, start making friends. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you don't, guess whose life is going to be miserable? Not just theirs, yours too. And that's what's happening. That's what's happening. We don't understand what it means to be alive, and therefore, what is the significance of a human life? The causes are greater than the dignity and integrity of a human being. You think like this, therefore, out you go. But this comes from the lack of understanding of who you are. It shows the lack. Because we truly do not understand the value of each moment that we have whilst we are alive till it is too late. I want you to know and I want you to understand that value, not based on a belief system. This is what's so cool about what I talk about. I think it's just incredibly cool of what I talk about. It is not a bunch of speculation. It's not a bunch of, well, you should believe this. Close your eyes and believe this. No, what I talk about is open your eyes and understand this. Feel this. Feel peace in your life. Feel that beauty that is inside of you. Not just think about it. Have gratitude in your life, not because somebody told you to have gratitude in your life, but because you have gratification. If you have gratification, gratitude, my friends, is automatic. You don't have to make any attempt to have gratitude in your lives. It will happen. It will be so. And what is gratification? Look it up. Look it up if you want to. Fulfillment. Feel that beauty that is inside of you. Not just think about it. Take this machine that has the ability to enjoy and plug it into something that is enjoyable, and you will have a blast for the rest of your life. Plug it into unconsciousness, and you will be miserable for the rest of your life. If your life sounds like a car that has run out of gas, that's because probably it has. The enjoying machine that you are is no longer plugged into something enjoyable, but plugged into something that is miserable. What is that? Doubt. How many of us live in doubt? How many of us live in confusion? How many of us speculate? How many of us just sit there and hope and wish? This life is not about wishing and speculating. This is about taking every step of the way in certainty. Not uncertainty, but certainty. And that is the kind of person I want to help. I don't want to help a person who thinks they're going to get home just on the starter. And they don't need to check on gas. Just, when they run out of gas, it'll be okay. They'll just use the starter to get all the way home. No. If you are just simply curious, I wonder if he is right. I can't help you. I need you to come to me saying, I want to be certain in my life all the time. And then I will say to you, that is the noblest of all the aims you can have. It would be my pleasure to help you. Only then. That's what it takes. That's what it takes. On the outside, you need shelter from the harshness of elements. On the inside, you need a shelter from the harshness of confusion. Just as you need protection from the cockroaches. Right? Nobody likes cockroaches. Too many cockroaches and you call the Terminator. Right? And he comes and he takes and he blankets your whole house and he goes inside and he bombards it. There go the cockroaches. What's happening on the inside? Do you stop the cockroaches from coming? What are the cockroaches? Your unconsciousness. On the inside, anything can come in because you haven't built a sound shelter. So things come in. Do you get bothered? Of course you get bothered. And what does that bothering do? If it was your house, you would be restless. Mosquitoes everywhere all night long, right? You would be restless. And when that restlessness happens on the inside, because your shelter is no good, you lack peace in your life. So you see my analogy of sustenance and shelter. As much as we need it on the outside, we need sustenance and shelter on the inside. Now, outside I'm not an expert. Inside I am. And because you are alive, you need that sustenance, and because you are alive, you need that shelter, and I can advise you on that, and that's why I am here. And when that restlessness happens on the inside, because your shelter is no good, you lack peace in your life. And I implore you to know in your life, not believe. This is one life you have. You need to know. You need to know. You need to know that beauty that resides in your heart. You need to know. You need to feel the heaven here on earth. Not believe, know. That's my conviction. I sit in this chair today because I do know. A lot of people are sitting there and they're going, well, how? That's not my problem. Because I do know. You see, I have come out of the cave, I'm wiping my mouth, because I've just had a drink of water. And everybody's going, where is that water? I know where that water is. It's in you. Always has been, always will be in you. How is it possible? Of course it is possible. It is only after you feel that peace that you realize why you are alive. It feels, the whole equation makes sense. What is true success? What is true failure? What is real? What is not real? You need to know that. It is only after you feel that peace that you realize why you are alive. You may have heard 100 times, you should be fulfilled, you should be fulfilled, you should be fulfilled, but I have a way that you can be fulfilled. The tool is what I call knowledge. It's as simple as that. Use it, it works. Don't use it, it doesn't work. Wonder about it and not use it, it doesn't work. Use it, it will work. And the good news in this festival of existence is this: that what you are looking for and what you have been searching for is already inside of you. sustenance. What do you need? You need clarity. That's what you need in your life. Not doubt, but clarity. To know. To know. Not believe that today was a gift. Did you really spend today like a gift? How do I know? I haven't been watching you. How do I know? I know. That's what happens. Unconsciousness slaps you silly. And then, you ask them, do you feel gratitude today? Oh, yeah, I'm very thankful. My God. So really, truly, we're thankful for today, for every moment in your life, because that's what you got to persevere to. Each one of these moments is a gift. More than any pearl or any diamond you can possibly imagine. The riches that you seek on the inside, you get to keep. Government won't tax you for it. A clever plan. Can't share it with anyone. And someone said, a thief will not steal it. Think about that. So personal it is to you. So embedded within you is this thing that a thief cannot steal it. It is truly yours and will remain so.
Time after time, I'll find you waiting there. I can search and I'll find that nothing.
There is an incredible magician. And the magic show that this magician puts on every day is simply spectacular. And this magician does, I can't even call them tricks, but I guess it appears to be like that. From an egg, this magician brings a chicken. And from a chicken, the magician brings an egg. Very, very fascinating stuff this magician does. From nothing, clear blue skies, all of a sudden a cloud. And from this cloud, all of a sudden, rain, water. And not just any water, mind you. Purest, sweetest, distilled water. So, don't you think that's pretty good tricks? Amazing tricks. A cow eats green grass, gives white milk. Do you think that's pretty good? Well, there's one more magic that this magician has performed. And that magic is you. You. And out of dirt, dust, nothing, life has been breathed into you. A breath comes, life comes, you are alive. This is the magician's magic. A breath comes, life comes, you are alive. This is the magician's magic. To me, people talk about the cycle of birth and death, birth and death, birth and death, birth and death, and liberation is to be freed from that. Well, for some people, the good time is the birth, bad times is the death, and that is the cycle. And this magician can set you free from that cycle of good, bad, good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. And you will be liberated. So, are you interested in this magic? Because it is taking place every day in your life. Every day that you are alive. Every day that you breathe. Every day that you exist. And what does it take? To observe, to notice, to absorb, to be entertained, indeed, entertained by this magic. You need to breathe. If you stop breathing, you will stop existing. And if you are unconscious, and I don't mean passed out, I mean unconscious. There is a state of a human being in which they haven't passed out, but they act like they have. And that is the state of being unconscious. Unconscious. If you are unconscious and live your life that way, you will cease to exist as you truly are. Breath, you will cease to exist, period. And unconsciously, if you live this life unconsciously, you will cease to exist as you truly are. So this is why I am here. To tell you how important it is for you to live this life consciously. So you can be who you are. So then you can have the eyes to admire the magic of this magician. How important it is for you to live this life consciously. So you can be who you are. We look at this world and we are enamored by this world. Not enamored by the magic unfolding of the greatest magician. But we look at the world and we say, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Fall in love you will. You will fall in love. The question is, with whom? With whom? With whom? Of all the loves you have in your life, have one that is the love for the one within you. The magic of this magician knows no bounds. And in this magic, this magician has placed a beautiful home in your heart. And so far, this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful vessel sails, journeys. Till then, the magician weaves the magic from inside of you. And again, distracting you from your distractions. Listen, feel the goodness of His magic. This incredible magic is that clarity. Clarity, sincerity, serenity, peace. There is a world. There is a world. And a world inside of you that has everything to do with clarity, with sincerity, with serenity, with peace.